Welcome back, everyone. It is good to see you all. I am working on the van, getting ready for the second cross-country drive of the summer. Not looking forward to this one, but in the meantime, wanted to talk about two pieces of gear that have changed the way that I do things. Now, I don't like this channel being about gear specifically, but because these two things had a big impact, I felt like we should talk about it. Let's go. Okay, for starters, let's talk about what I mean by impact. That doesn't just mean, hey, I like this piece of gear. It means it changes the way that I operate for the better. It has a positive impact in the way that I do things in ways that I didn't expect. So an example of that is my dry suit. I bought a dry suit in 2009. Up to then, I was like, you don't need one. They're a lot of money. You can get by without. And that I was basing on several trips to Alaska where I didn't have a dry suit. I decided to buy one when I did the Inside Passage because there was a chance I was going to be doing it alone. And I wanted that added safety that a dry suit gives you, which is true. But it changed the way that I paddled because I was no longer afraid of getting wet. Unexpected effect based on perceived notions of how something's going to work. And so that was a game changer. And the two pieces of gear that I'm going to show you today were like, I did not think, like I knew they were going to be good products. I didn't think they were going to change the way that I do things. So I want to talk about them. The first is super simple, super little. You could probably do this with other versions of this product, but this one that I was gifted is really nice. And what I'm talking about are these ditty bags from Backcountry Exposure. I got an email from the guy that owns this company. It's a little tiny, like a garage-grown gear company. Hey, I'd like to send you some ditty bags. He sent me these, and he sent me a tent stake bag, which I actually haven't used yet. These came at a perfect time. I ended up using them on my presidential traverse trip because I found that when I was training and running with my pack on, I was getting a lot of movement from the pack when it was loaded the way it was going to be loaded for the trip. And so I added things to these bags. This one I am still using, and it's all power related. It's batteries and charging cables and a big battery. Everything I have right here, I can use to charge a camera. And it worked really well. It seems super simple. I also really like the way these are made. They're really durable. They're not waterproof. They are water resistant. It is a water resistant zipper. I just think they're really great. Oh, and in this one, I had stuff that I needed when I got out that I didn't want floating around my bag. So my car keys, my cell phone, my wallet, things like that. So I super love these. This is a super simple thing. It does not have to be Backcountry Exposure, but the Backcountry Exposure stuff is just really beautifully made. In general, I like bags. I like things going in things, but I was super impressed with these, so I thought I'd pass them along. Link is down below. I have never taken the time to set up the whatever where I get pennies when you buy something from them, so I'm not getting anything from them unless I figure out how to do that. But yeah, these bags are awesome. Check out their website. Super cool. This is how I handle camera gear when I'm paddling. So I will take this very old waterproof Pelican case and put the stuff in it that I need in the cockpit. So an extra battery, some camera accessories, things like that. They'll go in here. This will get sealed and will go in the cockpit of my boat. This I would generally fill either at the back of the van, at my backpack, at my I have like what used to be a drone specific backpack, but drones have gotten so small it can now hold all my camera gear. Or that bag would live in my office upstairs, and I would pull the stuff for, hey, for today's shoot, this is the stuff that I'm going to need. Invariably, what would happen was that I would discover that I want to do this kind of shot. And the piece of gear that I need wouldn't be here, or wouldn't be in the van, or wouldn't be readily accessible. And then something stupid happened. Here's what happened. So the stupid thing that happened wasn't really stupid, but it was unexpected, is I got an email from a marketing company that works with Yeti. They wanted to send me, they had a list of Yeti gear that they could send me. They just wanted it used in videos. And so I was like, sure, I'd done a video about this. I could use the Yeti Loadout Go Box 30 for building a first aid kit. When the box came, it was not the 30, it was the 65. I was like, this is great, but I don't need this. I'll do a couple of videos with it, and I'm going to give it away. I'm not giving it away. I freaking love the thing, and the thing has changed the way I handle camera equipment. In the video that I mentioned, I'll put a link to that up here, I mentioned that I was testing it by loading it with different things, and I loaded it with camera gear, and it worked too well. And I'm still using it loaded with camera gear. And the thing that I really love is this, which sits inside of it, and it's become my bring it upstairs, bring it downstairs like tote. And normally it carries all the stuff I need for charging. Like, so when I finish a shoot, the cameras will go in here and all the batteries will go in here. I'll take it upstairs, I'll offload the cameras, and I'll recharge batteries. And then when I am ready to go again, this just comes down and I pop it back into the Go box. Yeah, it like works really well. Now let's get the Yeti stuff out of the way. It's ridiculously expensive. I think that's a $250 crate or box. It is waterproof, it is lockable, it is sealable. I don't think it's bear proof. It's great in that sense. I've already used it as an extra seat around camp. I've stood on it, you know, it's awesome. I brought it with me in June to Maine and held all my cameras. It's going to go with me on this trip. And when I say all my cameras, I mean all my cameras. I mean, my drone is in there, all my 360 cameras in there, all my adapters, everything, all my power stuff, a point and shoot, all my GoPro, everything is in there. And I've got room for my first aid kit, which now has a home. Totally loving this thing and loving the way that it's built. It's overbuilt, which is why it's so expensive. And I really still wish I had the 30, but it's a lot of money to buy a 30 when I've got the 65 and don't really need it. But the 30, I think, would be a better option. So buy yourself a 30, Loadout Go Box 30, and use that for whatever. But it's a great piece of kit. Check it out. So it's been living down here. This used to be our doggy crate. This was Matilda's crate. Matilda passed away this year. It's very sad. It's living down here. I can't quite lift it all the way up. I'm going to drag it out of here so you can see it completely. So I love these big storage and then little storage. This is all cameras. This used to hold my audio stuff, which is now in that little bin. First aid kit is over here. But then when I'm not shooting, that lives in here and the whole thing closes. And over here is drone and microphones and point and shoot and floaty handle and actual drone and timers, and yeah, the thing is awesome. It's stupid. It shouldn't be this good. It shouldn't be that good. It's a big plastic box. It works really well and helps keep me organized, and I'm not the most organized person, so in that sense, it's really good. I hate that I'm sort of getting sucked into the cult that is Yeti. The bucket is really good too. I did a video about that. Yeah, they make good stuff. It's just expensive. Honestly, I can't afford it, but they make good stuff. Okay, that's enough ranting and raving. Check out Backcountry Exposure. I think they're a really good little company. I think Yeti is a really big company. They make good stuff. You should check those Go boxes out. All right, I'm going to stop ranting. I've been ranting. Cool. If you enjoyed this, do me a favor, hit like, hit subscribe. If there is a piece of gear that you think I should check out, let me know down below. My gear list is available on Ko-fi. My books are on Ko-fi. My books are on Amazon in print form. Stickers on Ko-fi. Risk management stuff on Ko-fi. Yeah, it's all on Ko-fi. Otherwise, I'll see you outside.